You keep quitting thinking motivation is the problem. But the truth is, motivation isn't even real to begin with. You went to the gym, feel hyped for a week, and then after one session, it all falls apart. That's because you're relying on the wrong fuel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering up what actually matters instead of motivation, how small wins can bring you big results, and the one thing you could do to instantly do whatever hard work you want to do. These are the things that actually kept me going even on the day I feel like shit. And I'm sure that it will be able to help you do the same thing. So, I guess that you've been watching gym videos for days. You pick a workout, put your shoes on, and finally gotta go for it. The first day in the gym, killed it. You're unstoppable, you're super motivated to do anything. The second day, yeah, you feel a bit sore, but you accomplish your goals and feel accomplished. And the third day, your friends invite you out for a dinner and just say, I'm just gonna train the next day. It's no big deal, it's just one dinner, right? And then the fourth day, there's no fourth day. It's been a week after that dinner and you haven't been back. And that's how most guys fell off. They rely on motivation instead of having a plan. Because motivation is like fuel in a car. Discipline is the engine. A Ferrari without an engine will not move, even with premium gas. But a beat up Toyota with a crappy engines, you gave it the worst fuel ever, it can still run you 100 miles or something like that. But most people live like, I'm just gonna get motivation, then I'll start. Yeah, sure, motivation may help you to start a new habit, but motivation isn't reliable. It comes and goes, and you do not have the control of when you feel hype or not. But you do have the ability to take control of your habit. The real secret behind consistency in the gym or any hard thing in life is discipline. And discipline could be simplified is the art of doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Why? Because only until then you start to build self-trust. You slowly prove to yourself that I can do this thing no matter what. No matter what my emotion tells me, no matter what the circumstance of the normal day-to-day habit is, I can still do it. And that's the perfect tool to not rely on your emotion to tell you what you should do. That if you're motivated to do your workout today, you're gonna go. But if you don't, then you won't. And only with building the discipline of yours, you will be able to do so. But building discipline isn't something easy that you can build in one day, right? Because to build it, it doesn't require you to do like the toughest workout ever in one day. Like if you think doing 7 hours rich pianist arm workout is gonna help you build discipline, it's most likely not gonna build long-term discipline. It's about slowly improving even if the first action towards this goal of yours is small. Let's imagine you got a plan. Let's imagine this as a plan. You try to grow it. First day you got something new. You're super excited. Oh, very nice new plant. You water it so intensely, put it in the sun, and then even name it Little Jackie or something like that. And after day after day after day, you just forget about it. And then the next week, you wonder why it dries up and not growing anymore. But let's imagine Little Jackie gets water little by little every day and a little bit sunlight every day. You just put in tiny effort daily. And that is when you start to see your tree start to grow. And it's not going to be Little Jackie anymore. Oops. It's going to be Big Jackie. And that is also how your discipline grows. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. So at first, you don't need to train 6 days a week and have a perfect meal plan. All you need to have is one win every day. A win that you set yourself that is so small that you can't physically fail. And how would that look like in real life? What I would actually try to do in real life to build up my discipline if I had to start over again is just one thing. Set ridiculously easy goals. Maybe you want to start doing some exercise. Maybe you want to build a habit of it. Just do one push-up. That's it. If you have managed to do that, you tick the box of working out for today. And even if doing one push-up is too hard for you, do one squat. Do one jumping jack. Hell, maybe do one session of walking through the fridge and grab some food. You're able to do that, right? That's still moving. That's still exercising. And that's still ticking the box of building the habit of working out. Because if you don't have any momentum right now, making the first step so easy that it's illogical to even refuse it would be very helpful to build massive big goals. So here's an actionable step. Let's do one push-up together, all right? Let's do one push-up. Let's see how long it takes. All right, I'm gonna do it right on my chair. 1. Okay. How much does that take? Probably not over 3 seconds. And boom, after just 3 seconds, you have built yourself the first win. You're a winner now. You're a freaking winner. And after that, you will start to feel motivated a bit. And maybe you want to do more. Maybe you don't just do one push-up with me last time. You do another push-up. Maybe now you do 2, 3 push-ups. You have just X2, X3 your wins right there. Maybe you even X10 your win. That is the motivation firsthand that's going to help you build discipline. And then with that, the small win that's illogical for you to refuse will slowly be bigger the more momentum you have. And maybe till a point, you will feel like going to the gym or going back at it. And the next time you hit a set, you have that feeling that you're a winner instead of just aiming too big and then falls down hard and then have zero motivation, zero momentum to actually keep on going to build your discipline. And if you have made yourself into a winner, which you deserve by the way, brother, this is the next tactic that makes hitting a workout or anything hard in life feel just as natural as having a meal. Have you ever had those days where you will say like, I'll just do this, do that, or maybe I'll hit the gym later, I'll do my homework later, and then that later turns out to be never? Technically, you're not lazy. You're just relying too much on your willpower, and at this point that you're relying on it, the power of the willpower just shut down. It doesn't have any energy left. And that's just like relying on your phone to do another PUBG match with just 3% of the battery left. What you actually need is a trigger. The triggers that instantly clicks your mind into work mode. So firstly, what even is a trigger habit? Well, a trigger habit simply means a simple, small action that signals what's next. That could be something simple like putting on your gym shoe, putting up your playlist, drinking your pre-workout, putting your phone in airplane mode, yada yada yada. And the sweet spot for these trigger habits is once you do those trigger habits, your brain just automatically turns off and then you just work. No questions asked. And also, have you ever noticed that when your brain gets so bored, you automatically open the 3 apps on your phone, maybe social media, video games, something like that? Or when you just lying down your bed, being tired, fatigued after the gym, just open that shady website. That's basically a trigger habit on action right there. So instead of just letting your trigger habit makes you go autopilot into scrolling, you train that trigger habits to help you go autopilot on working. But now you may ask, how do I actually build that trigger habits intentionally? Alright, have some brainstorming session with me, right? Ask yourself this. What do I already do every single day? You wake up, you brush your teeth. If this is not in your list, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Please fix that. Maybe you go to school and come home from school, you have a meal every day. Boom, those are like pretty common things, right? Now, you can attach the thing you want to do into one of these 4 things. Maybe, for example, you wake up and you see your gym shoe right underneath your bed. That signals you with that waking up signal that, oh, I'm building the habit of working out. That's why my sports shoe is right in my house where it's gonna mess up my floor with dirt or something like that because I sacrificed my floor and now I just want to build this habit of working out. Maybe it's not that, but you get the idea. You see it right away. And slowly, day after day, you see the same thing, same time, do the same thing, same time, every day. After that key habit that has to happen in your life, after a week, it will feel weird for you not to do those habits. And of course, all these doesn't matter if you just decide to quit. So the last part for this video, which I also think is one of the most important part, is what to do if the thought of quitting just attacks your mind. So if you ever have those thoughts of, why am I even doing this in the first place? You check the mirror every single day, seeing that it still betrays you. It's still the same every day. Your lifts maybe aren't going up, your school or work life is super stressful, and suddenly, the gym just feels pointless. If you have that voice in your head right now, I need you to hear this. Progress in fitness is like an iceberg. 90% of it is hiding underneath the water surface. You haven't seen the better posture yet, or your metabolism slowly rising up. Maybe you don't even notice your mindset is slowly getting stronger until one day you work hard enough to that 10% of that iceberg flows on top of that water. That is when people look at you and say, like, whoa, bro, you've been hitting the gym, brother. And you're super proud of it. Yeah, bro, I've been hitting the gym. You are able to say that and not have the braggy tone of it. It's just other people actually start to notice your hard work. So basically, everyone who has a long-term goal have this feeling. They've missed workouts, they feel unmotivated, they feel like they want to quit. They've questioned themselves if it's even worth it at the first place. But the difference of the people who actually shows their 10% of the iceberg compared to those who don't is that if they listen to those thoughts or not. They answer those thoughts with action instead. They build the discipline so that when the voices actually do even show up, they do the work anyways. Setbacks can happen to everyone. But consistent action, even on the days you feel like you want to quit, will be the difference between the winner and the loser. And if chasing that six-pack or a super big bicep or an aesthetic physique right now just feel too overwhelming for you, just forget it. Just win for today. Go back to the lesson I taught you before. Have such small wins that it will be illogical to even refuse it to build that momentum up. Just hit your protein, maybe do your 1 push-up, maybe do your 30-second walk to the fridge. It will still be a win at the end of the day. Because technically you still did your workout. And even on the back days that you didn't do your workout as hard as yesterday, those wins still stack up like Lego bricks. So if things are going too hard right now, remember, a small win still counts as a win because building momentum and wins could be so easy that it's unrefusable. So if after all that and you still don't understand more about motivation and how to build yourself the discipline to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it, then I don't know what will. So motivation isn't bad, but make sure to use that fire of discipline that ignites inside of you to build that motivation. Because if the fire dies down and you don't have the momentum, you will 100% quit. And if you want more motivation, knowledge, a brotherhood, and accountability, our Aesthetic Max Academy is the perfect place for you. Where young men aiming to build an aesthetic physique gathers to a safe space where we can strive and not be judged for it. It will be in the top link in the description down below. I will be waiting for you on the inside. And click here to watch another video that YouTube recommends. YouTube is a smart motherfucker, so I think this video will have value to you.